Hey guys, it's Sam Morton.
And Jack Gilbert from TechFusions here. I hope you are all well and safe. And today in our live stream, we're going to be looking at a few different things. So the first thing we're going to be talking about is electric scooters and kind of talking about how they're legal or are they legal in the UK. And some other things, talking about the new iPhone 12 or the rumors around it, and some delivery robots as well, which is exciting.
Yeah, we've got some great tech news coming your way. If you're in the stream, please say hi. We'll give you a shout out. We'll just wait a couple of seconds just to see people coming in. Yeah, we've got some great tech news to share with you guys, and we can jump into it. We've got a few things lined up, starting off with the electric scooters. So if I'm going to share my screen with you now. There we go. So, electric scooters are now legal in the UK. So, when we say they're legal, not fully legal, we've got the BBC article up on screen now. So, basically, they're legal from the 4th of July. So, they're legal now, but it's only if they're rented. It's only rental e-scooters. Now, I haven't seen them anywhere, any rental e-scooters about, but hopefully they'll start rolling them out close to where we live in England. What do you think about this, Jack?
Yeah, so I actually agree. It's a really interesting thing when you think about scooters. Are they legal in the UK? It's strange that they're not legal in the UK. I feel like we must be one of the only countries where they're not legal yet. And actually, I think what is quite interesting is now the Department for Transport are trying to kind of promote cleaner methods of transport, particularly because of COVID, and trying to support people in avoiding public transport where possible. So I think it makes sense to make it legal, but obviously they've just started the trial period. So I think it is a trial. I think they're doing it in Nottingham, Derby, and some other places. I can't remember where.
Yeah, they mentioned just down here somewhere. Yeah, Derby, Nottingham, west of England, Bristol, and Bath. So I went to Nottingham today actually and didn't see any. Unfortunately, if I saw one, I would have took it out for a spin.
Yeah, it's a strange one, really. I mean, I don't see why they're illegal. I do think though that regulations need to be put in place, but I don't see why they are illegal at the moment. But I think it's good that they're kind of stepping in the right direction. That they're having some trials in place. It's interesting you can only use them using the higher e-scooters. And again, we're not really sure how much they cost. I had a look when they did the trials in London, and it was 20p a minute. So not the most efficient.
No, yeah, that's expensive. 20p a minute. That is crazy.
Yeah, it doesn't look expensive, but it adds up over a while. I feel like. But yeah, anyway, Sam. So we've got some people coming in saying hi, which is fantastic. So hi, Lainey Rose. Good vibes. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming. Bethany has said hi, guys. Hi, Bethany. Hope you're
Hi,
well. Karen, hi, Karen. Again, thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
I'll let you do the next one, Sam.
We won't do that one, but we'll do this one. Hi, Phoebe. Hope you're well. Thanks for watching. So yeah, we're covering electric scooters. If you guys been on electric scooters, please let us know in the chat. Actually, we've got a video coming out. Would you like to tell the chat a bit more about the video coming out, Jack?
Yeah, sure. So we're actually doing a video. Hopefully it's going to come out Monday. I think it's pretty much ready. But we're going to be doing a video on Monday, which is the review of the Xiaomi electric scooter. So actually very similar to the ones which you would see on the higher ones. I actually think some of the higher companies do use the Xiaomi e-scooter. But yeah, so if you want to find out more about e-scooters, check out our channel on Monday.
Yeah, it's really exciting actually, that video coming out. We've put a lot of time and effort into that video, so look forward to it. And yeah, so Jack's mum actually has a Xiaomi electric scooter and it's so much fun to go on. And the UK government making it only legal for rentals it's kind of, yeah, it's a bit of a kick in the teeth. It's like, oh, they're legal now, but they're not really legal. It's only rentals. I don't see the difference of renting an electric scooter and riding your own. What's the difference?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you there. I actually think they are safe, but again, if there are regulations in place, but yeah, I do think it's a kick in the teeth, especially because you can buy them in shops in the UK. So my mum brought her some Halfords, so it does make you think, why can you buy them in shops yet you can't ride them legally? That's to me what doesn't make sense.
There we go. We've got Casti. Hey, Casti. Hope you're well. She's also said, in London, I see scooters all over. Yep, I see scooters all over the place. And I mean, it's one of those things. I've got another article up here. I'm going to share the screen.
It's interesting because I see them everywhere in London. Like, there's not a day where you don't see them. But I think it was summer last year, where I think in London they fined about 100 people in the space for a weekend. But I see people in them all the time. Yeah.
Yep. So the interest of electric scooters since lockdown has gone up 376%. So obviously people are seeing these electric scooters about, they're thinking about traveling in more eco-friendly, maybe a cheaper way to travel to places. They're not using their car as much, so they're thinking of getting rid of the car and just having a scooter, which makes sense if you just travel about locally. But yeah, the interest has gone up, and the government's actually backing it as a eco-friendly way to travel. So they've announced a 2 billion funding package for green transport, which includes e-scooters. So the government does want to push e-scooters, and they're behind the times. When you think of European countries, I've been to Bulgaria, they had loads there. In Amsterdam, they had some there. Jack, have you been to a European country where they had some?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen them everywhere. I've seen them in Hungary, for example. I've seen them in, I think, Norway. No, maybe not Norway, but I've definitely seen them in lots of places anyway. And yeah, I just don't see why they are illegal, especially when at the moment I know the government are trying to get people to avoid using public transport. So when I'm in London, public transport is still very busy. So actually the need for alternative means of transport is so important if you want people to not drive. And also not use public transport. You know, tubes they're not as busy as what they normally are, but they're still busy. So I think it makes sense to legalize them. And actually, if people are buying them, people are using them, better for the environment, what's the problem?
Yep, definitely. So, yeah, my thoughts on electric scooters, they should have just made them legal. I mean, not everyone's going to go out and buy a brand new electric scooter. I mean, they range anywhere from, I would say, about 300 upwards. So, not everyone's going to go out and buy their own electric scooter. But having the rentals in place, having the geo fencing as well. When I went to Budapest, they actually had geo fencing where, well, actually lined out where you can ride the electric scooters. So it says you can ride them here, but not in this area because it's too busy. And it's up to you. Well, it's down to you to look at the map and make sure you can actually ride the scooter through that place. So I think the government needs to put some more things in step. Apparently, this trial will run for a year. So unfortunately, I don't see anytime soon they're going to be made legal, the privately owned scooters, which is a shame. But is what it is. Bethany says, would you say the scooters you can buy are better than the Lime scooters? I would say they're the same, but the Lime ones are restricted in speed, depending on the country's laws.
I think in the UK at the moment, so in where we are, I think it's 15.5 miles per hour they're restricted to. Of course, if you buy a private one, you can get it up to 25 miles per hour. Or maybe faster. I know you can get firmware hacks to make them even faster than that. But again, I guess it's all about safety. So, you know, I can see why they've capped it at a certain speed. But again, that depends on your preference and I guess where you're riding it as well. Of course, on a road or if you're on a public place, it makes sense. You have to do it slower. But if you're on private land or somewhere where it's not busy, then I guess why not drive it fast? But I think that doesn't actually say anything about the scooter. That's a restriction that is in place by the government rather than the manufacturers, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to stop me riding one, to be honest. I
No.
think the police, as you said, they find quite a lot of people in London. I think that's more to kind of scare people and stop them. The BBC said that you could be fined £300 and 6 points on your license. But to be fair, if you scoot off, they won't catch up with you anyway. So,
What if I go that fast, Sam? I would take caution if I saw a police officer.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it too much. But if you live in like a small town or something, I wouldn't worry about it. But
actually,
be wary.
This does remind me that actually yesterday I was wandering around Hyde Park, and actually I saw there's about 5 people going around on Xiaomi's, and literally there was a police officer sat in the car staring at them, didn't do anything. So
No, there you go. So
it depends on where you are, what happens. I was kind of like looking like, oh, this guy's watching. Is he going to do anything? No, nothing. Wasn't bothered about this. I don't think he's cared about the scooters whatsoever. So again, it depends on where you are. But yeah.
Karen said, "I can't see what's the problem. What the problem is. You're allowed to have an electric bike. Yeah, if they allow you to purchase it in the UK, you should be able to ride it. I don't really.
I agree. I think the difference. I think the difference is also some really old legislation, isn't it? And why electric bike is allowed and why a scooter isn't. Because it still comes under a motor vehicle or something like that, which is interesting considering. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't make sense to me, but.
Yes, it's a bit of a strange one, but hopefully it doesn't last a whole year. The trial actually maybe might be half a year because a lot of people do own their own electric scooters now. So they should really push it so you can use any electric scooter. Maybe there's a speed limit. I agree with having a speed limit, but everything else, you should be able to own one and enjoy it. So the next topic is Starship robots, food delivery robots. Now, this is a story which is actually close to home. So, Jack, do you want to start us off on this one?
It is. So this is actually something, and a company I've been following for quite a while. So they're actually a company from San Francisco, an amazing company. Anyone who is in Milton Keynes or would know so much about these. But of course, these are self-driving robots which basically carry items, I think, within a 4-mile radius. I think that's what they tend to do. And basically what you do is you request the item using the app, and then of course somebody will then put it in the put the item in the robot, and then it would deliver it to your house. And then I think you get sent a text with a link, and that will help you open it. What's amazing though, I think, is how safe and secure these are. And that's something I just find fascinating, and how much road sense they have, and how they can navigate roads. I think they can only go at pedestrian speed. So I think because of that, it means they're going at a fairly slow speed, which is good because it means it's safe for people around them. They have got 6 wheels, which helps them go up and down curves, again, which is fantastic. And they've got cameras all around them, which again, it's to really eye out where it's going and to avoid people. I know where I live, I've actually seen a couple of times where it's kind of got stuck in the road, where it's still trying to navigate where it's going. But I think once they kind of figure out how they're going and what routes they're taking, I think it's such a great thing. And I think it's amazing Milton Keynes has done it. I think it's an initiative. And I haven't seen these in London, so it's nice to see them in Milton Keynes, that's for sure. Sam, what do you think about them?
They're really cool. If you haven't seen these out and about, they normally have this orange flag on top so you can see them riding. They won't cross the road if there's cars going past. They've actually got 10 cameras on the actual robot, so it can see, as Jack said, 360. But yeah, you can do little food shops. You can order from the co-op, bread, maybe some eggs, and you can just select it on the app, deliver it to your house, and it appears outside your house. How cool is that? So you can stay at home, same day, get your little delivery through these robots. and it's all eco-friendly. That's what I like about it as well. It's just electric powered robots, and they're just really cool. I mean, I haven't actually tested this out myself yet, so maybe there's a video in that, Jack, where we order some food
Yeah,
and we get it delivered to our house. I think that would be really cool.
I agree. Do you know, I haven't tested it out either, but I know a few of my neighbours have, and I've seen them everywhere. And if you're ever driving around Milton Keynes, you see them pretty much everywhere you go now. Almost every journey I take now, I will see one at some point. And again, it's just so nice to see. I've just seen a question, which is from earlier from Lainey, which says, "Do you think robots will stay?" And actually, I really hope they do. I think it's so great that we have them. It's such an initiative way, and again, it's eco-friendly. So again, that's the kind of thing we need. And again, it saves people. You know, if you can't get out to the shop for whatever reason, it's nice just having that option and being able to do it on a robot. It doesn't require anybody. It just requires a phone, and of course a robot to deliver it to you. But I think, you know, there's not a shortage of them. I know I've seen lots of them around, so they're quite easy to get. And I think I've seen them parked at the co-op as well, and there's always some available, which is good. I think a few places there have been the odd little problem. I've had to see the co-op worker coming to pick them up or to put them in a truck to take them back to the co-op. But again, I just think they're so great, and they
Yeah,
work.
they're really cool. I think I read somewhere, I can't remember which website it was on, but actually they're offering free delivery for NHS workers, so that's amazing.
Oh, wow.
Obviously, it's hard for them to get out and about. Maybe they just got home from a shift and they have to go quickly back out to work. I think it's a great thing they're doing there, just offering free delivery.
I agree.
I'm not sure how much delivery is normally for goods, but I think it's pretty inexpensive,
I think
and it's
I
a
think
fun.
I think it's £2, but don't quote me on that. I can't say. If anyone in the audience knows and has got a delivery, let us know. You know, you guys might have a better thing with us. I don't know if it's like delivery or Uber Eats, where the price determines how far you are from the location. But I think it's a great idea and a great
I
concept.
think if it's only £2, that's cheaper than jumping in your car and driving to pick up some groceries. It's a great option, and maybe you don't have a car and you can't get out and about, or maybe you're ill at home with suffering from COVID,
And
or
it's a
shielding. Yeah, it's
And
good.
it's a cheaper alternative. I mean, even Uber Eats or like Deliveroo, for example, that's £3.50 minimum in most places. Not all the time, but in a lot of times it's about £3.50, £4 for delivery. So again, it's cheaper than if you were to get somebody to do it. So I think that's a great thing as well. But again, the fact that it's better for the environment, it's an initiative, it's cool, and they just look amazing. I think they look so cool. Just driving around, and again, it's nice. I've only seen them in Milton Keynes. I think they're only in 6 cities around the world. I couldn't tell you what cities they are, but I don't actually know if they're in any other cities in the UK.
I'm not too sure actually. I know they're massive in Milton Keynes, and I see them all about the place in Milton Keynes, but I haven't heard of any other cities using them. So yeah, we're quite privileged in that way. We get to test out these cool little robots. And I saw the same robot, but with Amazon on the side, an image
Yeah.
online. So you never know. In the future, they could be dropping off your Amazon parcels to your door. So yeah, what's we call it a little Evie, the robot. Evie out the movie Wally.
I mean, honestly, I think it makes total sense to do that. But yeah, it's the future. That's all what I will say. It is the future.
We've got some questions coming through. I can see on the chat, but they haven't popped up on here yet. Oh, here we go. So Karen said, I think they're £2 or £3. They are great. Yeah, they're really cool. They're nice little things. It'd be cool if you can order something from like the Apple Store using one, or
That'd be amazing. Yeah, because
maybe,
actually, I think they lock really well. So apparently it's really hard. I was actually watching a video, I think it was on BuzzFeed, and actually it's really hard to steal stuff from them. I think it was some guy from BuzzFeed, and he was trying to break in, and trying to basically see what he could do. And actually, they're very difficult. And if you try and pick one up, an alarm goes off. So they're not the easiest things to try and steal either. And the other day, actually, not the other day, a couple of weeks ago, we saw one that looked like it was stuck, and we tried to kind of go over just to see if we could almost help the robot, and it just gets out your way straight away, which I think is quite a good thing as well.
Yeah. Karen also said, would you stop at Zebra Crossing for one to cross? Not sure. I don't think they would do anything, to be fair. If we stopped, I think they'd still, they'll probably still sit there. I think they'd wait until it's completely gone. The traffic's over.
That's quite a good question. I don't know. I would not stop for one. I think if I saw one, I would not want to stop for a robot. I think a robot can wait over a person. But that does question it. Would you?
They could branch out into so many things. They could, Amazon deliveries, or even like medication from the pharmacy. If you're at home, you're ill, you're scared about going out because of the virus, or you can't get out, these robots can come to your house and deliver your medicine that you need. So again, the possibilities are endless for this. But really cool concept, and it's good to see a concept come to life, and it's actually being used. Being used now, living in the future. It's really cool.
It is. It is like living. It is like living in the future. I think seeing those things going around is a nice feeling. That's for sure.
Right, so we're going to move on to the next topic. We've got a couple of iPhone 12 rumors. Nothing major, but just a few little updates. So I'm going to bring up on screen now.
Yeah. Does anyone in our audience think they'll be getting a iPhone 12 or the iPhone 12 Pro Max? I guess we still don't know what it's actually going to be called yet, but I think there's going to be lots of different versions, is the impression I'm getting.
Yep, there is going to be a few different versions. The link just closed down, so I'm just selecting that now. Sorry about that, guys. Here we go. So, rumors: iPhone 12 battery capacity release potentially delayed until November as well. So that's not a thing that you want to see. So the iPhone 12 apparently is due to release this fall, but apparently the 5G version of the iPhone 12 has been pushed. So Jack, what do you think about that potential delay on the iPhone 12?
Well, I mean, to be honest, with Huawei, if anyone's been following the news recently, Huawei has just been banned for their 5G in the UK. So for me, it makes me think, how much is it actually going to affect us in the UK? Are we even going to get 5G at that point? Or will it suddenly start disappearing temporarily again? We just don't know yet. But I think in a way it makes sense. I think it's better for them to push back the release than to push it too soon and it not be ready. I'd rather wait an extra month and the phone actually be ready to go than you wait that little bit longer, or so you get it quicker and there's problems with the phone. So I think it makes sense that they are delaying it, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's in a rush for the iPhone 12. Definitely because the iPhone 11 Pro is a pretty amazing phone. There's no technology where we think, oh, we need to get that technology. 5G hasn't even been released over here. Obviously, as Jack just said, Huawei's been banned in the UK, and they're going to be one of the main 5G suppliers. So as they've been banned, there's no rush for a 5G phone. I've got a 5G phone. I thought 5G was going to come out this year, but everything got turned upside down this year. Yeah. So
I mean, the problem with it as well is that they've now got to eventually uninstall or get rid of all of those Huawei cables and things that are already installed. So apparently that will take 10 years or something in itself just to get rid of what's already there to change the infrastructure. So I'm not looking too hopeful in terms of 5G. I hope it's there, but I don't know. I can't be certain of it.
Yeah, I don't. Again, it's not something someone's desperate for at this moment in time. 5G sounds really good, but again, there's a lot of issues with 5G, so I wouldn't worry about it. If you're thinking, oh, an iPhone 12, it's going to come out with no 5G chip. I won't bother. Well, it's up to you. It depends if you can stay with your old phone. Is it still getting updates? Is it still usable? But I wouldn't let the 5G issue put you off buying a new phone if you're waiting for the iPhone 12.
Yeah, for me, so I don't know if you've seen this already, but the one thing that really makes me not very happy about the potential release is the fact that they are potentially going to release it without the earpods and also without the wall charger as well. But
Yes.
apparently, it's going to be $50 more for the base model and $100 to $150 more for the Pro model. Now, what I don't understand is how can you charge more, but you're giving less? That's what
Yeah.
I'm sorry, and I think the way Apple would argue it is it's now got 5G capability, so that's why you're paying more, but you're getting less stuff, which is makes sense. But then it's also for me, I don't know, I don't like that you're not getting a wall charger with it. But
Yeah, I
again,
think apparently Samsung's are going to follow suit with Apple and remove the charger as well. So I always like getting a new charger in my phone because by the time I get a new phone, my old charger's all battered and broken and it's been used. So yeah, I look forward to getting a new phone, getting the charger, getting the headphones. But if it makes the phone cheaper, it makes sense. But if they're going to bump up the price, it doesn't make sense.
that's what I agree. If they cut the price of it, then great, do it. Like, sure. I don't think people will complain about that. But I think people will complain when you're getting less and then you're paying more. And I think the way Apple apparently are going to argue it is by the environmental impact. So that you're helping the environment, which it also does make sense. And that's a good argument. But I guess the question is, why are you paying more? Especially if you're paying for us, if you're paying for 5G capability and we can't use 5G.
Yeah,
That'll be a little bit.
it's crazy. It's something I think you'll probably see European versions of phones and then American versions. But to be fair, Huawei's been banned in America as well. So I don't know. I don't think 5G is going to be main focus in Apple's plans
No. I
this year.
saw
I think it's going to be pushed back to next year.
I think I saw Hawaii's banned in the UK, Canada, I think Australia, New Zealand. So there's lots of countries that they're banned from. So it's not just the UK. And of course the States as well. I think the States were the first country to ban them. But of course there's
Also,
alternatives. Sorry,
sorry,
Sam.
Jack.
So of course there are alternatives, but again, putting those in place will take a long time.
Yeah, I just want to see an iPhone 12 with a smaller notch, with maybe I don't know. I don't really want much more. iOS 14 has got a really good update. We could do a video on iOS 14 covering the new software updates. I think it'd be really cool to take a look at that and see how that's changed the phone. Because I didn't enjoy my iPhone 11 because of a number of things. It didn't have the video calling. You couldn't actually multitask while you're video calling, which you could on Android. Now you can on an iPhone. I think USB Type C, and then I'll be a happy guy. But yeah, 5G is not a deal breaker for me. We'll have to see. Is it a deal breaker for anyone else?
I did hear a rumor, Sam. I can't remember what it was now, but I'm sure Apple are going to skip USB Type C and go on to something different. I don't know. I can't remember what it is now off the top of my head, but I did see that a while back. I'm not sure if you saw that as well.
Yes, he said, yeah, I would love to know more about iOS 14. Yeah, it'd be cool to do a video on iOS 14. I wish I still had the iPhone SE because I don't know if the iPhone SE, the original one, worked with iOS 14. That would have been interesting to see, but I don't have that anymore.
I actually think it would have done, if I'm correct.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I like
Um,
the four screen camera. Yeah, that'd be cool. And cordless
cordless
no,
charging.
no charger in the box, so might be a push towards wireless charging. Get an Apple wireless charger. I know before. What was that product before? It was like the Apple Apple Bank, Apple Power, where you
Oh,
can charge devices up and once, the wireless
yeah.
charger.
So they're planning to basically release a product where you could charge both the iPhone and the Apple Watch on one device without being them on, so basically on the same dock. And I think that's what they found really difficult, because obviously there's so many of them that you still have to charge them on two separate docking stations, but in one. And I don't think Apple could do the technology effectively. And I think that's why they didn't end up releasing it. But to be honest, I respect Apple for not releasing it, not knowing that it wouldn't be the product that they wanted. I respect them for that.
I remember what it's called. It's called AirPower. There we go. Someone's watching called AirPower. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for helping out there.
Thanks.
Yeah, AirPower. So that was a massive flop. It just didn't work at all. It was a big flop, and it's something to do with the coils, I believe. They couldn't have the 3 coils, and it was charging at the same speed. But I heard rumors that they're going to actually release another wireless charging dock or pad. So it'd be interesting to see if they do go back and release this amazing product that's like a rapid wireless charger. That's what we're lacking. The wireless charging slow compared to a cable charger. So if Apple comes out and brings out a really fast one, I think a lot of people would be sold on that idea.
I agree. I think Apple are probably waiting for the right time to do it. I think they're not going to do it unless it's going to be groundbreaking and actually change the way that we do things now. And I think that's partly probably why they're waiting. I know as a company, they won't just release things for the sake of it. They would rather take longer and actually it be right. But if you look at that, I mean, it does look a slick design. And I'm sure they're probably working on something like this in the background, because I'm sure it'll be in their interest to try and create something like this. So I'm sure they haven't abandoned the project necessarily, but just in the background.
Yeah, it's a shame they kept pushing it back, and then it was just gone. But yeah, it would have been a great device. Just having that on your desk, on your nightstand, just before you go to sleep. Just put all your devices on there. Don't worry about it. Overnight charging. You don't have to worry about it being fast. I think that's the compromise. If you're just doing it overnight, it's going to be fully charged in the morning. So yeah, I'd love them to see. I know there's a lot of third parties that make this sort of device now. Again, Jack was saying that they have separate compartments, but if Apple release, it's going to be quality. So hopefully we'll see a return of the AirPower. Maybe they call it, I don't know, AirPower 2.0. I'm not sure.
Never know with Apple what their cool stuff yet.
Another rumor with the iPhone 12, the battery size. So it doesn't go up massively. It's only 100 milliamp hours more than the iPhone Pro. So I don't know, battery life, they always optimize the battery life. I think Apple's quite good with their software. They're trying to always improve certain hardware on their device. So they always try and get the best out of the cameras, best out the battery. So we have to wait and see what the battery capacity is.
Yeah, I think you expect an improved battery on almost every single iPhone. And I think now almost that's the standard, hopefully, that they make the battery at some point better. I do think the ones, especially on the Pro models, I think they are generally quite good, and they will get you through generally a whole day. It's very rare that I had an instant where I haven't been able to get through a whole day, which is great.
Just get rid of the notch, Apple. Just get rid of the notch. Cassie, have you heard if there would be a new Apple TV? I love mine, but it's an old version and need a new one. I haven't heard anything about a new Apple TV, to be honest.
I haven't either.
I
don't know about you. There was rumors a few years ago that actually to create a TV, but I don't think that ever happened, or even I think that was just purely rumors. But I don't know. I mean, it would make sense for them to make a new Apple TV and to improve, especially now, of course, Apple are now making their own streaming, Apple TV Plus. So it would make sense for that to happen. I know you can get a HD and a 4K version. which is good. So, of course, if you're watching on a 4K TV, you can. And I'm sure all of Apple's content are 4K. I don't know, though, about whether they're going to make a new one, but I wouldn't be surprised if they do push it because of Apple TV Plus. It would make sense, I think.
So just having a look here, apparently there is one, and it's got a release date, price, and specs. So this is clearly blown over our heads. That was an article on macworld.co.uk. It was the 19th of June. So the Apple TV is ready to ship now, according to Leaker, powered by the A12X processor, as used in the 2018 iPad Pro. So that's really big, it's a really good processor. Double the storage and a brand new remote.
Oh, wow. I wonder what the remote will look like. Does it say on there, Sam?
No, it doesn't say too much. I'm just skimming over it quickly, but yeah, I think Apple TVs are really cool, and people use them quite a lot actually at home. I know, you can play some games on the Apple TV. Yeah, it's just good, smart. It's a good device to change just a normal TV into a smart TV. And as Jack mentioned before, there was rumors of a physical TV, like a physical Apple TV that would sell like hotcakes if there was an actual physical TV. I can imagine the screen just being amazing. But you can dream.
I do think I do think an Apple TV does make sense, and they improve it. Apple TVs are great. They are great devices, and one thing I love about them being able to share if you have a Mac, you can just put your screen on the TV, which is great. If you're watching something like Netflix or something that you can't watch on your Apple TV, and it's so easy, or even being able to stream your iPhone directly to the TV. Sam, I don't know, is there a Samsung alternative to that?
They normally just have a Samsung Smart TV, so it's kind of built in. I think it normally runs Android. You can just share applications to it. Yeah, I know you can do screen sharing, so you can share your phone to the screen. It's pretty similar, but not as seamless as Apple.
Sorry, Sam, going off topic for a very quick second, but it does remind me of a thing which you could do with the remote, and I think on Android devices, where you could turn TVs off.
Yeah, that was really cool. I had the LG G2 and the G3 where it had the actual infrared sensor on top, and I could turn off TVs and could go into the pub and just turn off the TV, and no one would know what's going on. So that was pretty cool. Pardon, sorry?
They still make those phones or phones?
Yeah, you can get phones. It's not in demand as much as it was before. People thought it's a really cool feature. I'd be just chilling in bed and think, oh, where's my remote? And I was like, I'll just use my phone. And it's really cool, and it's a great feature to have. But again, companies removed that feature so they could put in bigger processors, better batteries, better cameras, all that kind of stuff. The gimmicky sort of stuff moves out, but I actually really liked it. I use that quite a lot.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. A great feature, that's for sure.
Cassie said, seems like a good option. I love mine, and it's small, so it's portable. I brought mine to London with me. Yeah, it's really cool. Hopefully, the new Apple TV is going to be good. Maybe they have some more games that you can play on there. I don't know what the new controller design will be like though. But the good thing about Apple TV, can also use your iPhone as a remote. I've used that at work. As Jack was saying, you can share the screen. So I shared from my iMac, which was a couple of offices down, connected to the same Wi-Fi, to the big TV in the meeting room. So I shared what was on my iMac all the way into the meeting room, and then I just took my wireless mouse and keyboard with me into the meeting room, and it still worked. And there's quite a bit of a distance. I would say, I don't know, maybe about 20 meters distance, and the wireless mouse and keyboard still work. So props to Apple there. It makes my working life a lot easier.
Yeah, I've used it in meetings before as well, and it is a great thing. Cassie's also said actually it's a great feature, and the remote on the remote, the battery died, and use your phone as a remote. And again, that's great. can do that. And it's so easy to use as well. I like that you can just use it if you don't have the battery. Sometimes it's easiest to get your phone out. And also you can stream things. So like if you're on YouTube, almost like a Google Chromecast, it works like that, which I think is quite nice as well. So you have that option of using the remote or being able to stream something directly from your phone, which is great.
Yeah, again, I think the Fire Stick is better than the Chromecast. Chromecast, I've had a lot of issues with. I've had one before, and they keep disconnecting from the Wi-Fi, and they're such a pain. But Fire Sticks seem to be okay; they seem to work, but the battery die a
I
lot.
I disagree with you. I actually think the Chromecast is better. I've got both.
What?
But the reason why is I found that the remote for the Amazon Fire Stick just they don't last very long,
No,
and
they don't.
I actually and I've now lost my remote, and you can't connect it if you're trying to connect it to a new computer. It's impossible unless you have the remote. Um, so if it doesn't work, then it's a problem where Google Chromecast you don't need your remote. But it's interesting because I always thought Fire Stick was better until recently, and I still got a Chromecast from when they very first came out, and mine still works fine.
Oh, really? Yeah, I
Um,
had one, and it just kept messing up. So I don't know. It might have just been my one, but I didn't
yeah,
like it.
but
It's a good
I
idea.
don't use it as often now though, so that could be why as well.
Again, also, I've got an Xbox, so if I want to watch iPlayer, YouTube, anything like that, Netflix, I just go straight through my Xbox. So I don't need like a Apple TV or Fire Stick or anything like that because my Xbox is a multimedia player, so it does all of that. So there's still a market for it. If you don't have a gaming console, the Apple TV is great. It does everything that you want. So yeah, pretty amazing. Right, we're going to get on to our last topic of today, and this one's a bit of a strange one actually. So the last topic of the day is, I think that's right, Neuralink chip. Elon Musk's company, and basically the chip you can stream music to your brain. So I'm going to pop up an article on screen now.
So I think this is actually quite exciting, the prospect of this.
Well, not the one
So
with that.
this, I believe, this is still a startup company, if I'm correct. But it's one of I guess Elon Musk's side hustles. He has quite a few different almost like side hustles, I guess. But basically, what this is like a brain, so it uses AI technologies, like artificial intelligence. And yeah, it can literally you can stream music straight into your brain. I think you have to wear something on the back of your ear, and I also think that they install something in your brain, Sam. I don't know if that's correct.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
But a very, very interesting product. It's definitely the future. That's for sure. I think it'll take a long time for it to kind of come out, but if it does, then I think that'll work really well.
Yeah, so there was a big, well, there was a big conference, actually the launch event of the Neuralink on YouTube, so you can actually search that up and watch it in your own time. I've skipped through little bits of it just to get a bit of an understanding of Neuralink, but yeah, it's a startup company. The video came out. It's founded in 2016 actually, and only had one public presentation, which was last year. Um, but yeah, it's quite an interesting device. But now they're saying you can stream music through this device. The Neuralink was created, it could help control hormone levels and use them to our advantage. So, enhancing abilities, reasoning, anxiety relief, and etc. Also heard that it can help with depression. So, it's pretty amazing what this chip could potentially do. But
Yeah,
now the chip has come out and said, "Oh, you'd be able to stream music straight to your head, so in your brain, so you don't need to wear any headphones." This is a photo of. Oh, that's there's the chip. So that's how small it would be on your fingertip. Again, another photo compared to a coin,
well,
and yeah, there's some sort of device on the back of the ear. So Um, Neuralink says learning to use the device is like learning to touch, type, or play the piano.
one thing I do also like about it is as I read an article, I can't remember where it's from, but it basically said that it could also help people with disabilities. So, for example, if you have a prosthetic arm, it could be used to help control that using artificial intelligence. So, and also using technology such as eye gaze. So there are other things out there, but I think if it can enhance people's life and improve people's quality of life, then I think it's a great prospect in terms of technology. It's something that's obviously still very new, and I think it will take a long time before this comes out, kind of especially in some kind of mainstream sense. But I think it's great that it's technology that's being developed as well. Cassidy has said it looks a bit invasive. I'm not sure about that. So actually, that does make sense, having to put technology in your brain. And it's interesting because I'm sure Elon Musk said that his biggest fear was artificial intelligence. And of course, this is artificial intelligence. And artificial intelligence is, effectively it's smarter than any human. So I guess there are concerns around that as well. But I do think it's an exciting prospect for sure.
Yeah, apparently there's going to be more information released on the 28th of August. So maybe we'll do another tech recharge where we talk about the new information, and we could maybe launch. There might be a live stream that we can watch and talk about. So it'd be really interesting to see where this technology goes, who's going to be early adopters of this technology, give it a try. But there's a lot of strange things happening with this software. It sounds really good, but it might be a bit too futuristic for my liking, and again, a bit invasive.
I did see Elon Musk is looking for potential employees. So if you're interested, go on his Twitter. If you've got any high skills in wearable technology, I think he is trying to seek out actually some experts in different fields to try and make this product even better. So you can see it's something very serious about. And again, I think if it works, it'll be fantastic. But again, we don't know. We'd have to see and wait until the announcement on the 28th of August.
Yeah, so this kind of reminds me of a video I've been seeing online on Facebook and TikTok, where people have been actually getting a chip injected in the hand. So they actually get a chip put into the hand, and they can open up their door, or they can open the Tesla, so they actually get it injected into the hand, which is pretty crazy. Jack, would you have a chip injected into your hand to say, like, open your car door or open your house?
Yes, I would. I think that'd be awesome. And I know, like in Canada, for example, you can get things like where if you go to your car, you press a button, and it just opens your garage and stuff. And also other things like where I think I was in Hamburg in Germany. Yes, I was. And to open the door, and it's like you use an app, and then just press a button, and your door opens. So things like that, I just think are awesome.
Yeah, I think they're really cool, and I don't think if it's just a little chip and you can get it removed easily, but if it's like to your house and you walk up to it, sometimes I walk up to my house and then I'll get my car keys out like I'm opening my car, so you just press a button and open the door. Even better if it's on your hand, just touch it and just go in. I think that's really cool, and you don't have to worry about losing the key either, or someone picking it up in your car or going into your house.
I just think it's such an awesome concept. I don't know if I would want to use it myself, and I guess that's a completely different story. But I think in terms of the technology being built, I think it is great prospect. But again, we don't know too much about it. So it's the 28th of August. We will find out more about it. So at the moment is all speculation, and we don't truly know what will happen. But
yeah, so we're going to wait for the 28th of August and see what happens, and we'll cover the topic again. Cassie said, keep following that kind of tech. It's super interesting. Yeah, so could be like a topic that we talk about, where we can discuss these kind of futuristic tech which is coming to the market, which is pretty scary but interesting at the same time. So and exciting. So we'll have to see. We do want to go back into some more retro tech videos. So if you guys got any ideas on retro tech, please let us know. maybe it's another live stream talking about retro tech. Let us know in the chat below if there's any topics which you think we should cover or like us to discuss. I think the gaming ones are normally most interactive ones, so maybe there's something there.
Yeah, we, especially for our live streams, really, it's more about what you guys want to see, and I think for us, that helps us make videos. So really, we want to know what you guys want us to talk about, and we appreciate everyone who comments, who likes and subscribes to our videos, because actually the reason we do this is to try and share all our information, but also it's such a nice way to interact with all of you guys. And I think for us, that's the joy we really get out of doing these live streams. So it's all about what you guys want to see, and we want to make content and talk about things that you guys want to hear.
Yeah, like to say thank you for joining our live stream. Hope you all enjoyed. Yeah, as I said, we love doing this, so hopefully you guys like it, the content we're bringing you. Hopefully you learned something new with this tech news. I think that's more of a point with this one. We're trying to give you some like cool information to go away with as well. We'd love to hear your views. We have our own opinions, so we'd like to share those, but we want to hear what you think about this tech. So yeah, thanks for coming along. Yeah, thank you. If you're new, please hit that subscribe button. We live stream on a Thursday. We won't next Thursday because I'm away, but the Thursday after we'll have a live stream, and we've got some great videos coming out. We've been recording some really cool stuff. We've got the electric scooter video, and we've got some great content coming to the channel. So make sure you're subscribed and hit that like button.
Thanks for watching, everyone. See you all soon.
Yeah, catch you in the next one. See you.